get started into this one. And can go straight into this with Clayster. If he has a good game here, it's going to be so hard for Epsilon to do anything, really. The stuns do come out initially, but as we get into it, Clayster, Pristini, and Silly all picking up points here straight away, and a really good break from eUNITED on the start.
Pristini, exactly what you want. Pushing forward, trying to get cutoffs as Epsilon will be coming off a spawn. He's ready and waiting. First kill is in. Pristini will drop to the second, though, so can't really continue that flood going forward. We'll give a little bit of an opening here. Well, the opening was brief, because Silly was able to line a couple players up. Hockey just got a quad there? Did they? I know two were stacked outside a turret, but what in the hell?
I mean, the stars just aligned there, I think. I mean, everybody sort of lines up for Hawkeye, and he gets probably the easiest four-piece you'll ever see from a player in the COD World League. Fantastic stuff from him, but eUNITED breaks straight back, and they've had the majority of control here at Pit Center. They've got the spawns that they want as well, so good stuff from them. Fantastic start, and as good of a start as you could have asked for, but Hawkeye coming up with those 4 kills momentarily to disrupt that. That's all it was. eUNITED do have control of the courtyard as well, and with Silly in this advanced position, it's going to be very, very hard for Epsilon to push on through. A majority of them go down. Vortex does eventually clean up Silly, but eUNITED in full control.
They're set up nicely here and looking to tackle on this lead, but this is where it gets dangerous. If they get a perfect hold here, they have a nice first hard point. If they get a perfect hold here and able to break into the third, that's where things will get very, very dangerous for Epsilon early into this one. They are looking to collapse here, but pinch opportunities. One Raptor on the back, and there's the break. So with 30 seconds in, that's great. I mean, that break happens 10 to 15 seconds later. You don't really love it because it sets the eUNITED up for next, but here at least you're able to get close to half of the hard point. But actually, Silly's doing such a good job being a pain. He's kept them out of the hard point for that's probably a good 10 or so seconds that you don't allow to go to Epsilon.
Yeah, and it's just about that frustration game sometimes in hardpoint. You know, if you can even cause a little bit of a problem and just negate a few seconds, it can help you towards the end of the game. And especially when you're on rotation, you've already sort of given up the ghost. Anything extra that can help is an absolute bonus. But as we can see now, eUNITED are set up towards Castle Road, and they have a pretty well locked down.
Man, you feel good with this lead right now for eUNITED. I know it's only 20 or so points, but the fact Arcides is 1 and 3, and he's been, well, really your staple throughout the course of stage 1. He has been so good. If you can survive the opening with him not really being that involved, you feel good about it. And Silly, a big part of why they're able to do that. He's 10 and 6 right now. First one to hit double digits, leading everyone. A big part of why they're going to get the hold here. Everyone's spawning deep. Everyone out trying to push across the bridge from Epsilon. It's not going to be easy to break.
Yeah, it wasn't an awful initial push by them. They got a few kills down and got a little bit of time, maybe just a few seconds, but on with Hawkeye now, not in a terrible position, but just unfortunately the number's not there. Eventually it is going to be Dave lighting it up though, takes down Arcides and Silly, so the final 10 seconds could definitely be going towards Epsilon. It is eUNITED still spawning very, very close. As we can see, Epsilon have pushed over towards the gun hard point, and they're going to be set up for this one here. On board with Vortex, he's going to be looking for that cut towards the door, but you have to be very, very careful. There is a pinch coming in from Silly on the opposite side of things as well. With Vortex, so the kills coming in for Epsilon. And they're able to hold this one down, but Silly should be able to sneak in behind. He's going to get caught and somehow manages to kill Reedy. He's going to be able to break this momentarily. The rest of his team up as well, and Epsilon still in control though, only momentarily. The kill does come in from Pristini, taking Vortex out the hill, but good stuff from Epsilon. They've caught right back up yet, and eUNITED only with about a 5-point lead.
Yeah, we have a lead change just due to the really solid hold here inside a turret. Epsilon now in front. eUNITED trying to break in through the front contested for just a moment, but not able to do it. Arcides here. Gets one, can't let up another. The kill feed, though, still predominantly blue. You got 5 kills in a row for Hawkeye. I mentioned that Silly got the double digits first. Out of nowhere, Hawkeye and Vortex really start picking it up and taking over. I'm not sure if Hawkeye was able to pick up streaks. What did I say the streak was? 6 he got up to, so he might have been able to grab something, assuming he got an assist in there or touched the hard point.
Well, he's going to pick up those final few points as we go into our second rotation. eUNITED only with a very slender lead. It's 82 to 81 as Epsilon get the first couple of points on Pit Center as well. Good stuff from them. They've kept themselves in this game after that first initial start from eUNITED. You thought they may have just completely walked away with this game, but Epsilon going toe-to-toe with them so far here on Gibraltar.
Let's see if they can build this lead. Doing a nice job. Top middle right now, just soaking up some time. Finally, eUNITED able to get the clear. Pristini goes massive as he breaks on through. Now they've got position top middle, but are they going to be able to crack through the back here for the second hard point here in the second rotation? That'll be the question. Clayster does get the first pick. Everybody dropping, and look, they're spawning out now. Huge kills. There's one player remaining here that's wrapping towards the back. He should be running right into Pristini. He actually wrapped top, so they've got to hunt him down, but the fact they spawned out 3 is going to be enough. Vortex can dip and dive and dance as much as he wants. Okay. That's about the silliest hipfire headshot I've ever seen. But it connects for him, and wow, the fact he actually stayed alive throughout. eUNITED now have 3 spawning out. That could not have looked better for eUNITED for a moment, but Vortex ultimately ends up making the play to keep them with the spawns for at least a moment.
I think the thing is there, even though he eventually picks up that second kill, as Clayster does manage to get the kill on and really round the back, but the fact that he just stayed alive helped this team so much. It just allows so much more time.
Well, I thought eventually he was going to get chased down. It wasn't going to matter, but you had 2 players there that basically had him pinched. The fact he lived that long and got the kills is kind of crazy in its own right.
Vortex is holding mid-map now. He does take down Arcitys before dying to Clayster, and that's an important gunfight for Dave to win as well. The rest of his team up to back him up, but up come ladder. eUNITED, Pristini and Clayster getting the kills that they need to there as well, but Epsilon is still spawning in and around, trying to push through. Reedy picks up 2, so a break from Epsilon. Again, they're going to get these final 15 seconds on Fort Courtyard as we do move towards Castle Road. eUNITED are set up there, but Epsilon are the ones in the lead. It's going to be around 25 points or so as we move towards Courtyard. Arcitys in an advanced position, going to catch Vortex with his pants down just a little bit there. Reedy pushing through. He should definitely be killed by Pristini. Actually, has he been able to slip? No, Pristini has seen him. He is going to get taken down, so eUNITED hold that initial push from Epsilon. Epsilon, though, as I said, in the lead at this point, but eUNITED expected to pick up quite a lot of points here. Alright, Castle Road pretty well set up, but Arcitys does go down. Epsilon trying to push on through. Silly is going to hold that, taking down Vortex, but just taking the time. I like how they've got themselves in an advanced position. Now they're waiting. They're just trying to take their time to try and get a pinch. Takes down Arcitys there. The second kill not going to quite come in. Silly and Pristini combining to just slow Epsilon down. Clayster does eventually get a kill on Hawkey as well, but eUNITED now have the lead.
See if eUNITED can rack on more time here. Where Epsilon started to really bring it back and got their first lead change. What's at the next hard point in turret, though? Can they just keep eUNITED out of the hard point at all? So far, Arcitys still just inside, soaking up as much time as he can.
Kills come in, though, in eUNITED's favor. They've held down the majority of that Castle Road side.
This is where it fell apart for them last time, though.
Yeah.
So Epsilon really did well. We'll see if they can do it again.
Had a good start, and that's exactly what they want. All 4 members of eUNITED do go down. Now, the only thing here is if they can't kill Clayster towards the back, a pinch could develop, but it seems as if he's sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, so eUNITED are going to have to burst through the front door. They're not going to be able to do it. The first kills do come in from Epsilon, and holding this down well, and as I said, they had a very good time at turret last time round. If they can continue to do that, they can definitely cause problems. That suddenly eUNITED get the easiest of breaks, and they didn't even need to take everybody down there. It just seemed Epsilon a little bit split there, not able to do anything. The kills do come in from there momentarily, though, and Epsilon get control back once again, somehow.
Yeah, some interesting gunfights going down there. Silly just not able to connect. Lead back to Epsilon here. We'll see who can get control here at Pit Center, at least in the opening. Hockey set up on the edge. Pristini evaporates him.
It's a good gunfight for him to win, but last time around when we came to the rotation, it was a close game, but Epsilon the ones with about a 20-point lead yet as we move into the third. So, they're playing a lot better than we thought they would. They're sort of showing the form that we have seen them with. They've getting a lot better, but eUNITED coming into this one looking a little bit slow here. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Arcitys not having a fantastic game. Pristini and Silly are playing pretty well, but on the slaying front either way, Hawkey 22 and 15, 23 and 18 out of Vortex. If we can see big numbers out, I think if Vortex plays well for Epsilon, they can definitely cause problems, because he's one of these players who's so inconsistent. He's like the Joe of Red Reserve, if you like. If he plays well, the rest of the team just need to do their jobs and they should win games. And Vortex currently having a good map, so Epsilon's still in the lead. It does look as if that lead will change hands, but looks like what's the setup on the next one. It is going to be Epsilon, the first guys there.
15 seconds remaining at Pit Center. Silly 1-on-1v1 to kind of get him set up. Wrapping around the back is going to be Arcitys. So Arcitys is kind of in an interesting spot for eUNITED. On the opposite end of things, Dave set up here. Just trying to wait to see this collapse towards next. What is Dave going to be able to do? Well, he does get the first pick. They're going to know his position, and he spawns somebody deep with him. So this is huge. 2 players spawning out cave right now for eUNITED. eUNITED hits the 200-point mark, but things getting ugly.
Dave set up here, and eUNITED have got to try and break here because Epsilon are in control, and they definitely could take the lead here. On board with Reedy now. This is an important hold from Epsilon. If they can keep a hold of this, and they will literally be within touching distance, but we know on Gibraltar that they can go back and forth, and it seems as if eUNITED have broken on through. But here we go, Dave just trying to hold this down as best as he can. He does actually have Vortex in tow as well. They managed to get the majority of the kills, but eUNITED are the ones spawning out that where they need to be. It's only Reedy to try and cause some problems with 18 seconds to go. eUNITED not in a bad position as we go towards Castle Road.
final time here. That'll put them, what, just under 220. Epsilon just has to get a hold. They cannot let them break through this quickly.
Well, with our cities, this is where the break needs to come in. Epsilon only about 20 behind here, but if they can hold this down, can just about win it off Castle Road. So let's see if eUNITED can break. Dave has an important job here. He needs to make sure he's watching that top catwalk, and Hawkey's watching from behind as well. Clayster will go down as well, but moving over to Silly inside the hard point. He's found two. Is he going to find the third as well? Not quite. The rest of the team are coming up. Epsilon do still hold on though. RCT's and Pristine combining to get control. Vortex is there to disrupt that momentarily, but RCT's not in a bad spot here. If he can pick up a couple of kills, this could really break things open. He's going to get taken down though. Really good work by Epsilon, who are still in control here with 30 seconds to go.
Turret, maybe where everything is decided here. You see it's RCT's on the minimap. It's already rotating over early. This is a great job from Clayster to just, he racks up a little bit of time, keeps him out of the hard point as long as he can, but now with the final 12, that'll put him about 235. RCT's in a position like we saw Dave. Remember, Dave from this spot was able to get the 2 opening kills to make the play. He needs some help. He's got help coming in from window now. So RCT's wins the opening gunfight to get him set up. Second one pushes in, wins that as well. Now in the hard point. You got to think, one of the teams is likely going to be winning it here. A couple bullets in, but can't ultimately finish it. So eUNITED still down 8, but still flooding towards the hard point.
They're in the positions they want to be in, but if Epsilon get one clean break, it definitely could be over. eUNITED are the ones getting the kills though. 40 seconds remaining here, and as said, you expect somebody to win it here. The kills do get traded out. It is actually Epsilon getting the majority, but eUNITED are in control here. They're in the positions they want to be. They get the kills as well. They're only 10 away, Clint.
Yeah, the kill feed now all red. eUNITED starting to take over in turret. The first hard point where they got dominated, where Epsilon really got back into the game. This time, the third time through, they shut it down. They get the victory, and maybe not as close as you would have expected in the first match between eUNITED and Epsilon, but ultimately the result you expected. eUNITED able to take the victory, and they'll go up 1-0 in this best of 5, but it wasn't always pretty.
No.
But it was a map 1 win. What for you was the reason Epsilon was able to keep it so close throughout the game?
I think it was Dave having a good performance with AR. We've seen Vortex.
He usually does.
Yeah, he plays very, very well most of the time. He has been since we've seen Reedy come in the team, sort of going back to that IW Dave that we did typically see last year. But I think Vortex had a pretty decent game with the sub as well, and we never really see Clayster start to heat up. And in the end, I think it comes down to Silly having a good game for eUNITED.
He picked up where RCT's was slow. I mean, RCT's has been, again, one of those players that's just consistent. You expect every single map, every single game mode, him to go up and put up big numbers. Doesn't need to really do it around the objective, just let him go out and pick up kills, and he's great at that. Starts out real slow, but again, a big performance from Silly. Like you mentioned, the hard point, a big factor in why eUNITED able to take the first game. Now heading to Search and Destroy, though. We have seen Epsilon steal searches off of the likes of LG. Well, to be fair, everyone was stealing searches off the likes of LG recently, but I don't know, Epsilon, if they're going to take a map, this is where it's going to happen. The respawns are going to be very, very tough.
Yeah, I think anybody going up against eUNITED, it's always tough to take respawns, but absolutely, if Search and Destroy could definitely be the thing for Epsilon to get them back into the series. If they didn't take this map and sneak a respawn, then suddenly we could be tumbling towards map 5, but still a long way to go.
Absolutely. Very, very long way to go. I just don't know. I'm trying to think of how Epsilon is going to... Well, to be fair, I mean, it was so close throughout that. I mean, I guess you see the upset potential that they have, and they've got to be playing with way more confidence than we saw them in the final couple weeks there of Division B. Just the fact they beat Envy, and who was their Envy and EG, right? Yeah. So EG victory doesn't look that great. Well, God, both victories don't look amazing. They look good because of the first 2 wins they've got, but Envy was playing the worst we've seen them play all year, arguably. EG obviously collapsed, one of the biggest collapses I've seen ever in a pro league over the final week, so they didn't qualify for top 4. But at the same time, it's still 2 victories for a team that didn't have victories. So you have to, you got to think it's some kind of confidence, some kind of momentum for this team coming into it, and probably a big part of the reason we might see them play eUNITED a little bit tougher.
I mean, the thing is, it couldn't have gotten any worse, so any wins under their belt is great for them. I mean, the confidence as well. They've looked so much better as well. Even the games they've lost, they've still looked better. I think that's my main takeaway from it. Reedy just seems to have released the reins from Dave and Vortex a little bit. I think Nathan maybe wanted to be that slayer, and it's probably not working out for them in that case. And then they're not having the vocal leadership was definitely a massive issue for them. And Reedy coming in has changed so many things, and they just look a better team all around. Again, I don't think they're going to set the world on fire here, but I think
what's on fire? This building.
Oh, you're very warm. You're still.
It is 1,000 degrees in here. I
light's not
haven't
helping.
been sweaty Maven in a long time. I'm going to be a sweaty, horrific beast throughout
You
the
don't
course
say you
of
got
the
your
weekend.
wool jacket on today?
Well, it's just like 50,000 European teenagers collected in this thing for the gaming event.
It smells lovely.
It is so warm.
I'm okay.
I am so hot. I'm a big boy.
You were complaining about the AC in the rooms as well. I mean,
Oh, I've had my window open. It's been 40 degrees outside. I've left my
I think
window
just got
open.
a
It's been
warm
wonderful.
core. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so I'm always warm. And right now I'm struggling. I need
You'll
a
be
fan or something.
You'll be okay. We have to slum it here in Bravo, man. This is what it's like.
I
all the
made
time.
them on Alpha. I kid you not. It was so hot on Alpha. It was so hot up there. My brain stops working. I actually screwed up a hardpoint rotation in my head. Said the wrong hardpoint was coming up next. I made them go get me a fan. The fan's directly under my desk and it blows on my legs.
Well, sometimes you need that sort of treatment.
I do.
It's
I
the
do.
Maven World League. You can get, I'm sure we could get it turned down.
As a CWL president, I need to be colder in here. Whoever's watching, thank you. Open all the doors. I don't care. Just make it cooler in here.
I think it'd be interesting to see what map this is.
Yeah. Do we
No,
on Bravo?
no,
Do we get to see the
no.
5-map series? I'm gonna guess it's gonna be London Docks.
It's a good shout. It's a good shout. It could potentially be, but
That's one of the maps.
It could be any.
If
at
it's
this
London
point.
Docks, I'm picking Epsilon. Why?
Yeah. Why? No reason.
They beat LG there. That's all I've got. You're welcome.
They could potentially do it. I said, I think what we're expecting from Epsilon is just upset potential. Any win under their belt this weekend would be good for them. We know they can do it now, though. That's the thing. When we previously seen them without win under the belt, there was no question that we're going to lose every single series. But now that we've win under the belt, it does sort of put in your mind that they could potentially do something as we go to Texas.
Oh, I was wrong.
yeah.
Shoot.
I think it's going to be a tough one for this. I think eUNITED win this.
If
now.
anyone's listening that could deliver me the best of 5 map set, that'd be amazing. I don't think they're bringing me powder, but the powder's not fixing it. I'm just so warm. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna dump my head in the bathtub after this series. Then we'll be all right. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just so attractive that I get very hot.
Yeah, you look fine, man.
I look good on camera? Okay, I've been told by production I look okay on camera, so maybe it's just me that feels sweaty. All right. Oh, thank you, viewers. I appreciate that. Let's go! Map 2! On the boat! eUNITED. Epsilon. Clayster's got out the big stick, and he's ready to fry.
Yeah, I think the sniping's going to be the biggest issue here. I don't think Epsilon will be able to go until we've seen really bring it out on the odd occasion, but for me, I think it's going to be very tough for them to go up against Clayster here, as they really push on A quick to get a bit those grenades out, get at least one. Clayster not in really any position to do anything with the sniper right now, but I like it's classic Texas, isn't it? It's just smokes out, try and bait something out, try and throw something different in there. Epsilon, do you like to set up aggressive, really sat in this position before. Those first engagements are going to be important. Nobody going down quite yet, so not bad. Epsilon are quite happy to keep this one down, and Kalista may have just missed Dave on the left-hand side. Spots him eventually. Shot isn't going to go in. His Vortex does take down Silly. Reedy takes down Pristini. Kalista does answer back with one of his own, but it's a 2 versus 3 in favor of Epsilon.
Yeah, Clay going to have to make some plays here. Him and Arceus going to have to do it. Arceus does find the opening picks, and now what could be a 2 versus 4 pulled off here. You've got a chance to do it. You got to get this bomb planted with under 30 seconds to go. Clay just trying to get this stuck. Arceus will get fried there by Dave, so now going to be just on Clayster. Clayster gets cut down. First round will go to Epsilon.
Yeah, good stuff. Just work with the trades there. They got the first 2 kills, and from that point, I mean, they should always win it. It does eventually come down to a 1 versus 1, and Vortex is going to find one of the easier kills he'll have a whole weekend. Clayster running with the pistol out, not expecting him to come round. As I said, first round goes towards Epsilon. eUNITED with the first map win, of course. We unfortunately don't have any map score indicators, any graphics here, so eUNITED winning a close map if you didn't catch it. Well, let's see if Epsilon can answer back. They do get the first round. Really expecting some sort of aggression here from eUNITED. Not going to happen this time round. Let's see where they decide to push. Clayster just about avoids that bullet. Silly isn't going to miss those onto Dave, though. That grenade may be good as well for a second kill. Picks up Hawkey and Vortex up. Silly picking up 3. And Reedy is left all alone.
Give the man the ace. Give the man the ace. I think he just got it from the window. We've had a couple like crazy. Yep, he does get it. Kill feeds. He had Hockey with the quad. Now 3 then picked up. Nice shots there onto Reedy.
Good stuff by Silly. I think that grenade, I mean, it just catches two of them in a corner, and they hope that it doesn't blow them up in the end.
Well, it did. It did blow them up.
It did blow them up.
All right, round 3. Hello, viewers. I hope you're having a marvelous time with CWL Birmingham. eUNITED and Epsilon tied at 1 apiece. eUNITED fans out there and Epsilon fans, hello. My name is Maven, and I'm casting with Ton. And it's a wonderful day in Birmingham. Silly getting this bomb down quickly. Clayster's trying to wrap through the back, but by the time he tries to make the play, 2 of his teammates have already dropped. Clayster falls as well. Silly will need to pull up another ace. He's dead.
Knocking out this time round. The first initial kills coming in well from Epsilon.
I don't think I've ever seen back-to-back aces. Maybe I don't know if I have. I'm trying to think if I've ever casted back-to-back aces.
I mean, it's bound to have happened at some point.
I know I've done a 4 and then a 3. Like 7 in 2 rounds. I don't know if I've ever done
What,
2
from the
aces.
same player or
From the same player, Oh, well, no, I've definitely done back-to-back aces, one from 2 different players, but I thought I've ever seen someone go full 8 kills in 2 rounds. Not that that was even close to happening in that scenario, but the fact that it entered my mind made me think about it. And my brain is a special and marvelous and wonderful place.
Back into it with Vortex, though. He does have the bomb as he once again pushed towards A. Definitely the more favoured side. And eUNITED happy to give up control here, but Merciless will, it seems, if you're all the way at the back there with the sniper, so they will be watching the cross. The smoke comes out, just trying to bait some grenades. eUNITED decided for a 1, so Vortex just about escapes from that. But it's typically what we see, the grenade bailouts coming in. It's 2 grenades wasted from eUNITED now, and Epsilon will know that.
Now, RC's just trying to get an angle with this snipe. He's got it out. We've seen Clay making use of it as well. You've got 2 snipers, it looks like. One towards the A side. Clay just spotted Dave. Dave looks to tag him up the nade, might try to push him. Does just that, but Clay hits the shot! Not able to get the second one, though, as he was tagged up. A nice shot there to at least make sure he gets 1 kill on the board. Now a 3v2 here for Epsilon, quickly turned into a 2v2, and Silly just fries Reedy. We'll see you in round 5, pal.
Oh my. He's having a very, very good S&D, Silly.
Silly, I'm telling you what, anyone I call out on trading shots just turns up. I call it out Epsilon and Reedy, and they're not going to win. They win 2 matches. I call it Silly for rarely having good maps. He's about to have back-to-back incredible maps. See, you know what? You're welcome. Talk a little trash.
People will
feed the kids some motivation.
They'll be wanting you to call them out.
Yeah, I was calling out everybody. But now Silly, 8-2. What a game he's having. That a couple of those kills made negative sense to me.
No, absolutely 0. And then to pick up the 4 kills in that second round as well, having a great S&D. 2-2 though. Teams evenly poised, and Epsilon throw 2 at the back. Pristini picks up an easy double kill there.
That's
Silly.
the second time we've seen 2 players get picked off by 1 nade.
Silly Reedy's left all alone. I think it is. Not in the worst of spots. I like what he's trying to do.
Tried to be sneaky and almost paid for it, but he did get an STG to work with at least. But now 1 versus 2. Pristini pushes him. Pristini finds the kill. eUNITED stringing together some rounds here.
Yeah, starting to look a little bit better after Epsilon got that initial lead and just asserting their control. I mean, it's just sort of slaying power in the mid-map that seems to be working well for them. Just winning those. I mean, that double grenade from Pristine shouldn't really happen. I like what Epsilon did. They just flooded bottom and expected to win those gunfights, and it looked like they were going to until that grenade hit home. And eUNITED now in the lead. Back over to Epsilon as they're on the attack. Oh, no. On the defensive side, it seems that way. But Silly having a great game. 9-2 out of him. Vortex carrying the bomb for Epsilon as Silly controls up here top comms.
Can he get streaks? He's so
not
close.
far off.
That nade is at
looks
least
good.
going to do some damage. Nope. Okay, let's hit the front side of the bomb there.
And Epsilon now not in a bad spot on the bomb now. It's just a case of it. eUNITED realize that they're in and around here. If they can get some grenades in, then fine. But Vortex in a very advanced position, just waiting for some sort of engagement. Smoke comes in. Going to probably wait on the grenades and then push.
Waiting very patiently for them to try and get this bomb down. Vortex now trying to get in position. Any nades come in from the side of the eUNITED? Not yet. Looks like they're going to let they get planted. Vortex able to get away with his life. Again, big thing here is can Silly pick up that kill and get some streaks? Still no fights to him as he's just holding top ship. Pristini was trying to get an angle. Reedy's sniper, though, found his face.
Good stuff from Epsilon. They've held this down. They've been so patient. If they can take Silly as well, but there you go. The kill does come in, so not the worst round for eUNITED. They are going to lose it. Silly can get himself set up, even if he can get these mortars as well. That will definitely help. But the damage has been done. Fighter pilot and glide bomb. Is he going to get this?
What in the hell? Is Silly?
It's 12
Silly's
and
frying
2.
right now, 7 in a row, and I know. Well, I was gonna say another kills aren't that huge. The last one didn't matter too much because you already had the full streaks, but still, like, I feel like his gun's doing more damage than other people right now. This is unbelievable. Silly is crushing.
He's crushing, but it's still only 3-3. That's the thing, isn't
Yeah,
it? You know, the
sure.
rest of eUNITED aren't really doing a lot. I think if they were performing as well, then this would already be over. Silly having a fantastic game, but the rest of the squad needs to step it up. It's still in contention for Epsilon, but important to note the streaks are available, and Epsilon will definitely know about that. It's just going to make the grenades potentially a bit more prevalent for eUNITED because now Epsilon need to bring out Mountain. Let's see what they can do now.
I mean, they have to have Mountain. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
He's 12 and 2. It's not one of those situations where it's like a bomb plant, a bomb defuse, a couple of kills and an assist, and you have streaks. No, it's very, very evident that he has streaks to work with.
I mean, they have mostly set up in the mid map as Fighter Pilot does come in. It's only going to get information that's going to allow Marciless to go for the plant. Really does take him down. Clears the trades that one out. The bomb should be going down once again as Silly picks up yet another kill.
Yeah, you need to win this round if you're eUNITED. You already invested one streak into it. There comes the plant with the 3 feed to advantage, and Clay hightailing it all the way back to try and get set up with the sniper. So this should be a round victory here for Vortex. Or sorry, round victory here for eUNITED.
Well, Vortex left now on a 1 versus 3. I think he's probably been in easier situations in his life. Picks one on Callisto though. Get the second on the Silly. This suddenly becomes winnable.
Oh my god, he's got what, 17 seconds to work with. Just teased him. He's got to push him. Pristini's not going to repeat this.
No, that should be. Yeah, it's always going to be hard for Vortex in that position. Really good work by Pristini. Just plays it patiently. The kill's going to go in his favor as well.
I feel like in that situation, you just have to try and fly at him. Like, yes, it's the hardest gunfight in the world, but there's...
Once it passed 15 seconds, you have to be going for
Well, you just can't win that situation the way he played it unless Pristini screwed up. Unless Pristini, like, flew at him, which, well, to be fair, it is Pristini. So the chances are probably higher that he might fly at him, but...
I mean, the only thing that Vortex can potentially do there is go for an early bomb defuse or fly them, and he did neither of those things. So
just stuck it right away and made him come to him.
I mean, it was never a good situation for him. I think he did well to get in that position he was in, but...
This is back-to-back maps where Arceus has not really had the best game.
Yeah, 1 and 6 here. He had a poor first map.
I don't know how he ended the first map. I just know he started slow.
Yeah, I don't think it was a fantastic kill to death ratio in the end. eUNITED getting very aggressive. Reedy not able to hit those shots at all. 2 kills coming in from Callisto, and if Reedy was able to clean up some there, then that might have stopped it. But
it looked like he had 2 clean shots on it. Now he's in trouble. Now he's dead.
It's 3 kills from Callisto in that round of eUNITED, and now 1 round away from going 2-0 up in this series. It's looking strong on the SD here.
Well, now everybody getting involved. It was close when it was just Silly, but now the whole team's starting to click. They have absolutely started to dominate this. And with this, if they get out to a 2-0 edge, I mean, the series becomes kind of unwinnable in my opinion here for Epsilon.
Yeah, it was always a tall order, but a 2-0 down, I mean, you've got to say it's going to be very, very, very hard for them to come back into it. Let's see, though, can eUNITED close this one out? They only need 1 more round. They got streaks to work with. Epsilon are stuck between a rock and a hard place here, waiting for the aggression to come in the mess hall, and not going to come in for eUNITED at all. The kills coming for Epsilon. Good work by them. And I like this because they know the streaks are still available. They don't even equip Mountain as Pristini just beams 2 of them and makes it a 2 versus 2 now.
Silly's getting hunted. Pristini's trying to get to him. Silly won the gunfight. He does just that. Can you be shocked? He's 14 and 3. The Pristini's erupted out of nowhere. So the 2 players have probably been like the least consistent statistically. Pristini and Silly carrying the load here. 8 and 4 and a 5 streak is Pristini. Silly 14 and 3. Glide bomb in. Silly probably just spotted him.
Spotted him now, and he's going to have to get out. Vortex has got 2 hard gunfights to win. We'll just about get away there. Does have Mountain on, which has helped him in that situation because the information wasn't available to Silly as he calls that one in, and this might actually line up for him. The round comes in though. eUNITED going to take the second map. They are now 2-0 up in the series, looking strong here against Epsilon.
what you expected. They handle business here after a really close game one. But wow, the Silly and Bristini show. So Silly ends what, on a 6 streak? What did the streak get up to for Silly ultimately? I haven't seen what it got to.
I think it was,
something like that.
7
it was
or 8.
absurd.
7 or 8.
It was absurd. So incredible performance there. Silly, I love it, buddy. Granted, it's against Epsilon, but keep it going all weekend. I called him out a little bit. What was really calling him out? Just saying the United team, like, all I said was, hey, when they came in the first 2 weeks, they were incredibly inconsistent. You know, Pristini was inconsistent. Silly wasn't having great maps. RC was like the lone real consistent player. They turned it around, obviously, in the final 2 weeks. But so far, and I know it's against, obviously, a team that's not going to be in the playoffs, a team we don't expect it to finish very well here. But still, I like what I'm seeing out of Silly Pristini, because if you get them playing like that, where they're taking over games, I don't know, I feel like eUNITED is so much better, because you know Clay and RCs, for the most part, are never going to struggle that much. I mean, this has been probably the most I've seen RC struggle in back-to-back maps, to be honest with you.
I mean, if you want to see him struggle at any point, if you're in the United final, it's against these lower teams, because they know they should still have the caliber to run through. And if you can bring that form against the big boys and the rest of the squad are playing well, they definitely become a threat. I mean, I think a lot of people, I mean, we've looked at how poor they were in the Pro League, but there's still pretty good finishes in all the big events so far this year. So a top 6 for them is probably where we expect them to be. If they can continue to do that, it's not bad results.
Absolutely, but we still have some more action here in the best of 5. We'll find out the CTF if eUNITED is able to close out the series. But before we get to that, guys, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back. I've cooled down now. I'm not nearly as hot. Dude, it was just like the running over. So far, so good for eUNITED. We'll see if Epsilon can start to take a couple maps, but I think it likely ends here on the CTF.
Yeah, you would expect them to close it out here. Yeah, the hard point was close. The S&D, they seemed to start to get things warmed up a little bit, and it was a pretty convincing game. But moving on this one, capture the flag, London Docks. For me, I think you have to see Vortex and Hawkey have fantastic games here.
Yeah, no, I think you make a good point there. If Vortex is going off, him specifically, well, let's see if players get on the right teams, or if we have to restart this. There we go. Okay, everyone get on the right squad. Be good to go here in 20 seconds. But yeah, I just feel like Vortex is going to have to dominate, especially if, well, the way Pristini and Silly are playing right now.
It's going to be hard to do that.
The pace they're going to play at, yeah, it's going to be very, very tough.
Well, let's see if they can do it. I don't think it's been an awful performance out of Epsilon. Of course, it's a series that we do expect them to probably lose. But if I am an Epsilon fan, my takeaways are it was a close first hard point on Gibraltar. The S&D was, I mean, you want to say it's mostly down to Silly having a fantastic game that wins eUNITED that one. But, you know, I don't think they performed too badly so far, and they're going to open up with the first 3 kills. They're going to be able to get some sort of control towards barrels. They're going to push on through. It's going to be Arceus to defend by himself momentarily. Hawkey push around up. towards ramp, though. He's going to try and get some kills here, as Clayster does pick up 2 on the defensive side. eUNITED are going to be able to hold him momentarily. It is only really left alive in the mid-map. Going to just try and... I mean, he's doing the right thing here, just trying to stay alive as best he can. Does eventually go down, but the rest of his team are going to spawn up without eUNITED in too advanced of a position. And they're going to get control of fire anyway, so not too bad of a start from Epsilon. Hawkey started off well, 3-1. Vortex, as said, we need to see some good stuff out of him. He's also 3-1. eUNITED in control, though. They've got that mid-map control that you want. Let's go on board with Clayster.
Clayster's trying to hold here, but he challenges. Unfortunately, that's not an easy gunfight there against somebody at the box. So now let's see if Epsilon can start to make plays forward. It's going to be Pristini, though, that is overextending around the back. So they sniff this out. They know they're spawning water. They know someone's here. And, well, you can tell it's sniffed out since he caught a stun to the face. Nice gunfight win on the first. Still more players to deal with. And I like that from Epsilon. Send 2 back. They even put a 3rd there in fire just to make sure they can't get the flag out. If you left it to a one-on-one, Pristini might be able to make the play and ultimately get a score behind it.
Well, Hawkey's had a pretty good start, mate. That's 6-1 out of him now. Clayster answers back with a kill on Vortex, so Hawkey seems to be left in a bit of no man's land up here, but he's causing problems, which is all he really needs to do at this point. And he's going to be really left alive up top, just taking his time, which I don't agree with. I think he should be trying to help his teammates sort of fight for control here and do something about it, as he does go around for the OE. You see, even if he pulls that, they've got no control whatsoever. So, moving back to it though, Clayster pushing through. If they can get this flag out, maybe looking good for a cap, but Epsilon do spawn back up.
They're here, but there are 2 flying in fire. 1 spawn water, though. That's probably going to catch RCs here in a moment if he's not ready for it. Oh, he is. I think he actually just right back and might have picked up water. 1 seeking in through mid-cut, able to find. That's actually Reedy picking up 2 huge kills and the return. They shut down everything. Nice stuff there from Epsilon, the retake. Clay going to have to play a little bit of base defense right now. Well, or die.
Does get the first initial kill, but it's allowed Epsilon to have the control that they need to. They can push up now and attend from a bad situation, and not too bad of one. They've actually got some control here. Vortex is going to pull that one out. He's going to get taken down by Clayster, but Clayster needs to stay alive inside the barrel, so this could be a flag out. Reedy's going to get a kill onto Silly. The flag is going to get pulled once again. Dave gets the kill there, and suddenly it's up to Pristini to try and do something. I do like his positioning, though. Here in fire, are they going to have somebody following back? They should know that the numbers don't add up, and Pristini's going to find 1. Is he going to be able to find the second as well? Good cover.
Another player coming, though. Arseny's, Vortex rips him, though, and Epsilon will strike first. I thought for a second Pristini did just enough to get his brother in there to help out, but who was it, Vortex or Hawkey? Nice job just beaming him there mid-map.
Good stuff out of Epsilon. They do take the lead with about 1.5 minutes to go on this side, and I mean, they have been the ones that are in better control overall. As we watch Sully's dead body for a little bit too long. On board with Pristini, though, if they can pull this flag away, should be dead. Is he getting it far enough for it to be pulled away by Arsene? He's not quite. He is going to get shut down by Vortex. And Silly down the side, not going to be able to do anything there. Hawkey does take him down, so really good stuff by Epsilon. They managed to hold it down. Hawkey 14-4 so far. Good stuff from him.
Yeah, that's huge. He has been like I know Vortex is +1 right now, but Hawkey is, just look at him compared to everybody else on the map. He has absolutely been dominating here. We'll see if he can keep it up through the course of the game. One player is pushed up on the out. Clay just won a 1v1. That might give him a chance here. Let's see where the spawn does come in. The spawn comes in useless. He will get a touch. He's got some help at mid-map. Another one overextending on the opposite side for Epsilon. This could very well be the counter score if they can pick up Hawkey. They do just that. I don't think you have any streaks on the other side, so we should be able to hop to Clayster here and see the score go in, or we can admire the dead body on the ground for a while. There we go. Score in. Tied 1-1.
eUNITED, let's tie this one up. They are looking good in this series as well. Let's see if they can continue this on. Can they get another flag on the board in this next half? Epsilon, as I said, not giving too bad of an account of themselves in this series, but eUNITED just coming up clutch where they need to. And with 15 seconds to go, they have tied the series. This Vortex eventually registers some bullets there. Come the streaks, though. That must be Clayster, as that flag's going to be pulled again. Pristini in a good position to do so, and suddenly it's left up to Dave to try and defend here. Clayster is there to try and support. If he can win this gunfight, then they can definitely do something here, but Dave not in the position to clean that one out, and it's going to be held down by Silly on the other side of things. That flag is going to go in. 2-1 at the half to eUNITED.
So, yeah, you felt good about Epsilon for a little bit, and then eUNITED started to get things clicking. We'll take a look at the bronze star here, Hawkey, who was a superstar throughout the course of that first half. Nice little Nice little double there at top mid. You hear the crowd getting loud. What's the alpha match right now?
Optic are playing.
Oh god, no, it's Optic NV later. Who's Optic playing right now?
I'm not 100% sure.
I knew it. I forgot it.
Let me tell you. I'll find it.
EG?
I think it might be EG, actually.
Yeah, I think it's Optic EG. Try and get info on how that's going. We can update the Bravo stream. Although,
yes, it is.
many of you may be watching that broadcast currently. Hockey, either there is a bug or he was hip-firing that gunfight for a moment. That was interesting. You saw he like peeked up into fire.
Yeah, I think it's a co-caster bug. It's happened on a very, very odd occasion. But Hokie continuing where he left off. 3 kills in a row straight away. 18 and 7 out of him. If they had Vortex really firing in this game, he's currently 9 to 11. I mean, it's
hey, at least you get this streak out of the United early, and it doesn't really provide you lots. So you make them use it defensively. Hockey still being a threat. They find more kills in the back. Now you've got, what, a 3-on-2 here at the base. Silly and Pristini trying to make a play. They're able to stun up the pressure that's coming in. Pristini also finds a kill, gets traded out. One more to get in the back. Silly gets one. They spawn water, so Clay should get here in time to finish it. He does. So Clay does get one. The return should come in momentarily.
Really does pick up Clayster down the outside. The return is going to come in, though, so good work by them. Dave managing to stay alive inside of barrels here, locking things down. They just don't want to allow United to get pressure in here. If they can stop that, they can definitely still get a flag back here. And Dave's really starting to snap now. 9 and 10 from him. Good stuff, and they're going to try and push around dockside. Vortex push around this side as well, so a bit of a mismatch. We're trying to probably go in for the pinch. I would like to see Vortex maybe take his time a little bit more there. The rest of the team pushing from water side, I should say. If they can sort of get a pinch there, then they can maybe get something going, but maybe gets a little bit too aggressive. Not able to formulate anything from that push. Now United going to get some sort of control in and around barrels as well, and this is spelling trouble for Epsilon. If they can get another wave of kills here at United, they could definitely pull this one out and extend this lead to 2. A couple of kills do come in, but not much in succession. Hokie really doing good defensive work there. Getting a little bit aggressive. Pristini gets 2. That flag is gone. It's going to be all up to Reedy to try and return this one. They're going to be looking for that final player. Pristini is not going to quite find him. Really trying to do something else. Silly comes in there, trades that kill out, and eUNITED 3-1 up now against Epsilon as soon as Silly puts this one in.
Nice push, nice score. And again, though, I mean, I hate to keep pointing it out, but they are not going to survive a series against better competition with Narcity's performance like this. Like,
no.
It's 3 games in a row that he's been off. We'll see if he can pick it up, but I don't think he's had a good map this series. Again, I don't remember what the game 1 stat was exactly, but it was something like 1 and 7 in game 2, 7 and 15 here.
It's just been turned on for a flag pull by Epsilon. I mean, Dave pulls it out, gets... You see, that streak going in, I mean, you have nobody in a position to even return it there, so I don't understand the streak usage at all.
Yeah, nothing really to follow it up, but it does bring Epsilon 1 score closer.
They're going to take down Hogan. They're being traded out and then eventually going in Epsilon's favor back towards Clayster, though, in the mid-map. He's got some work to do. Gets taken down by Vortex, so more pressure going to come in here from Epsilon.
Yeah, you got another really good chance here. It's going to be a 2-on-3 until the reinforcements come in. All right, so everyone does spawn in for eUNITED. Can they kill this wave and hold? It's Vortex with another pick.
Clayster should be dead.
Oh, wow. Nice grenade there. Hockey making the play. Here's the touch as well. Silly pushes into fire. Can Silly win another gunfight? Now he's going to drop. They've cleaned up in the back. The only person with a chance to make a play is going to be RC's. RC's cutting in through mid, able to get it. Oh. There's the return. That is just huge. Massive there to get the kill and get the return. They're going to be able to get another easy touch, though. And it looks like everybody for eUNITED decides to just extend over.
They need to win these couple of gunfights here. They're so important. Really takes down Clayster. Hockey's going to be able to get through the mid-map, and it all really comes down to this gunfight here. Vortex going to take down Silly. And Pristini's not in a position to do anything. Epsilon tie things up 3-3 now. And they've come screaming back into this game. Pristini, though, in an advanced position, does pick up 2. That could just allow that pressure that Epsilon did have to boil off a little bit. And eUNITED can start to push up the map and get in a position to maybe do something here. A close CTF. eUNITED are 2 up in the series. Can they close it out here? Epsilon are making it hard for them to do so.
You got a push coming forward, though. Forward man to Pristini did end up dropping, though. Hockey just lit up a box. They win another gunfight there inside of barrels, so for a moment here, they won't be able to get forward. Silly finds another pick. They just need to wait on a little bit of help here. Clayster moving up the map. RC's and Pristini just spawn out street as they're getting in. They got 20 seconds or so here to try and get a touch. They can win it here. They don't want to go 3 or 4 down, though, and all of a sudden leave a counter cap, which is why I think you're seeing Silly back it up.
Yeah, they have to be very, very careful because that could definitely happen. Now Pristini not in a position.
Gonna happen. This is going to happen.
Kalista has to defend.
You've got a 2-on-1. This is for a score.
Kalista gets taken down as well. That flag is gone. That could be Epsilon with the map here. Something that has to be an absolute miracle from eUNITED.
That's going to be game. eUNITED's going to get it done. That's like the one thing you couldn't have happen on that last push. You couldn't go 3 or 4 down. So Epsilon, in the final seconds, are able to steal the CTF. It was, what, a 3-1 advantage at one point for eUNITED?
I mean, I have to go back to the point where Arcides gets the shots onto Dave and he turns on him with the pistol. 12 and 22 out of him. I mean, you can't solely blame it on him, but in that moment, if he wins the gunfight, it makes things a hell of a lot easier. Epsilon take map number 3.
Sorry, I was trying to fix my mic. I've been told I've been a little bit quiet. I don't know, is this better? Yeah, that probably is better, but that's not, doesn't work that way. So, sorry guys, I'll try to be louder until I get it fixed. But yeah, what a great comeback from Epsilon, down 3-1. They bring it back, they score in the final seconds there, and that's just, I mean, that was either, you could see by the way eUNITED was pushing, they were either going to push, get the break, and probably win the game, or they were going to all die, and it was going to go the opposite way, and that's exactly what happened. As soon as the player dropped top mid, I was like, that's game. Epsilon's going to push forward. They have a 2-on-1. Unless Clay had like a disgusting double from the back box, they were screwed. Not much they could do.
Really good stuff by Epsilon, though. I think, you have to say Hoki had a fantastic game out of him. And we know that Epsilon can bring these individual performances, though. We've seen it a few times in the past, well, since Reedy came in. Outside of Reedy, every single other member seems to have their moments where they go off, and it can sort of catalyze to a victory in a map, and they get it in the end. A 4-3 victory over eUNITED in that map. Going at the hardpoint, the first initial hardpoint was really close as well. I mean, this series could potentially go all the way, but eUNITED still in the driving seat 2-1 of that.
I'm not sure what the 4th hardpoint is, or well, the 2nd hardpoint, 4th map is. I don't know that any hardpoint I would favor Epsilon on. That'd be tough to do, but you saw the battle on Gibraltar. With the way hockey is played and Vortex has been throughout the series, maybe if they get one that's a little bit more fast-paced, like a 3-sub map, like actually you get like a, I don't know, even like a London Docks or something, I might like for them against eUNITED. Not to win, but that it'll be close, just because we know that's been a pacing issue for this eUNITED roster, maybe somewhere where Epsilon can take advantage. Yeah,
if they get, again, it boils down to players. I mean, it sounds simple. Players having good games, obviously, but at the same time, if Vortex can come out with that SMG, get things up close and personal, I mean, that's where they could potentially do something, definitely. I think London Docks will be good for them. I think if it's an Ardennes or something like that, then eUNITED should walk away with it pretty comfortably.
I mean, they've gotten better on Ardennes. That was actually the map. I thought Ardennes Force would be the map that, like the best hard point for this eUNITED roster, the way they're built. They've gotten better, but the way they started the season, I remember they were atrocious. They were getting 100-point club like 3 times in a row. They were absolutely horrific, but they've improved there for sure. But I don't know. There's not a map. No. It's not a hard point that I would pick for Epsilon, but
I think that's
I'm almost wondering if speeding the game up a little bit faster, that might favor them a bit.
Possibly. I think, if eUNITED play as well as we know they can do, it should be comfortable on any map. But Epsilon, for me, I think the story is they just keep looking better. I mean, they're not, as said, they're not one of those teams who I ever think is going to go on and win an event, even finish top 4 this year. But if they can get on the bubble of 12th, 8th, then they, that's probably where they should be lying. When you looked at this roster on paper at the beginning of the season, you would expect a little bit more.
I just want them to get to a point where they're competitive in stage 2. Get to a point where you're in an argument to make playoffs. Like it's almost more like we saw in Division B, where everyone's fighting for a final spot. Even if you don't get it, be in the conversation. Like that's one thing. It's frustrating as a commentator when I show up for a broadcast and I know, well, this team's going to lose all their matches today.
That's annoying.
Get to a point where it's competitive and you're going to be able to challenge them. I mean, that's the thing I'm looking for them to do, and maybe it starts here, and maybe with Reedy that he'll be the piece of the puzzle that allows them to get to that position. But I mean, it was an embarrassment throughout most of stage 1, at least till the final week. So I don't know. We'll see if they can turn it around. They've shown glimmers of it. You saw it the first hard point a bit. You saw it throughout the series. You've seen where they can be very strong. It's just a question of how far can they actually push it. Will they get back to the form we saw Epsilon in late last year? Yeah. It's so hard to imagine, but I think what was the best finish they had? 3rd at Anaheim?
Well, they won here last year, which was just a European event, of course, but they did beat Splice in the final.
That's right. That's when they. What was crazy about that final?
They 3-0-3-0'd them in a double.
Is that what it was? I remember they did something that we talked about.
Yeah, they won 6 maps in a row. Yeah. It was crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's wild. But imagine like this team in that form right now, like 3-0. So we'll say Red's the best European team, like them 3-0-3-0 Red. Not a million years.
No, not right now.
But will they be there in a month or two?
Who knows? I think that's it with the core 3 of Hawkeye, Dave, and Vortex. We've seen them do it. Obviously, bringing Reedy in.
That's what's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Every year, it's like I just don't get it. Like, learn faster.
Yeah,
Get a coach or something.
I remember I was getting to playing with Vortex in the first event in Dallas, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, we usually start games so." And it's like they're resigned to it. It's like, yeah, it's okay. The first few months will be rubbish, but
Strange.
they started picking up. I mean, I don't know why you'd want that to happen. If you know that's what happens, practice more, because then that's inevitably your issue.
Okay.
Saint Marie, it's
so Saint Marie. This
not
I mean,
the worst
this I
map
feel.
for
I feel very good for United in the
Yeah.
sense that like this is a map where you can get punished for dumb mistakes really bad. Well, not just dumb mistakes, just kind of mistakes in general. You can really get punished, and I mean, this is a team in Epsilon that has been susceptible to making mistakes. If they do here, I gotta think Clayster and company are gonna bury him.
You would expect so. You would absolutely expect so. I think if Hawkeye can have another good performance, though, he can definitely cause some problems with that PPSH. As I said, we've seen Arcides have a fairly poor series so far. If he continues on in that form, then, you know, Epsilon could ask the question, but getting into this one now, can Epsilon keep this dream alive, so to speak, or can United take the series somewhat comfortably?
All right, well, first player's in. Getting set up in the hard point now is going to be Vortex. Silly trying to get control up top. He already got a pick with a nade, and he's going to try and make plays top right as well, but it's Arcides down low trying to tag people up. Silly hoping for a third kill. Unfortunately, that's a sticky coming in the top window to pick him up. Now, that rotation the player we just hop on with, I believe that was Hockey. I thought he was going to try and push up towards White and maybe make a play to the next hard point, but he actually decided to hit him through middle.
United still contesting this restaurant here. The kill's going to come from them as well, so a couple of points on the board. Vortex does say something about it, but does go down momentarily. United have the spawns they want, they have control of restaurant, and they should have a lead going into Winery.
Silly will be the first one rotate over to the next hard point. So this is great. I mean, you're getting the time inside the hard point, plus you have the rotation to next. You've layered the map pretty nicely right now for United, so now they'll hop in next. You've still got Bristini mid-map in red, looking to get his flank on whenever it opens up for him.
Well, he's in a position to possibly do something now. Takes down Dave and should be coming around behind Hokey and Vortex, but Vortex does find him, and the spawns are still good from eUNITED. Clayster picks up the kill onto Reedy. They have to be aware of the other side of things, of Epsilon just trying to punch through the front door, but Epsilon doing a good job of squeezing here. Pristini's somebody who can cause some problems, though. They get the first initial 2 kills. Dave takes down 2, takes down 3. Pristini's come around from behind, and he cleans things up. United going to get the final 25 points. That's unfortunate.
That's so frustrating. It's like you're so close to a break, but the final guy gets you killed, and that means all of your team is going to be spawning out. But you're at least spawned for the next hard point, so even if you got the break there, I mean, ultimately, what's important here is the next hard point. You can't let Clayster waltz on in. So they are able to pick up Clayster. Let's see what they can do, though.
Yeah, Pristini trying to push in here. Trying to do something, but Hokey is going to have none of that around the tank area. Really good stuff by him. He's going to hold it down. Arcides 4-4, better than we've seen. Well, a better start than we've seen in a couple of the maps that he's played so far. But here we go. United have actually got 4 members up in an advanced position. Reedy does get the first kill onto Arcides, and 2's kills actually going to come in from eUNITED, so now they can try and collapse. It's going to be Reedy to try and defend from this back spawn, but Silly takes him down as well, but the kills just about going in favor of Epsilon here. I'm going to hold this down, and with 30 seconds to go, they're going to be within touching distance as we go to look out if they can continue this form. Arcides does take down Dave, and eUNITED having one more bite of the cherry with 20 seconds to go. Reedy picks up 3 though, and that should be it for parking lot Epsilon, getting the majority, if not all of the time, as we go towards lookout. Good hold by them. Our Citizen Cup are set up towards lookout, though, so they should be able to hold this one down. And good work from them on the rotation. And after having a good start at restaurant and winery, it allows themselves to have that luxury of letting Epsilon have all the points at parking lot and still being in the lead. So good stuff from them either way, and they are locking down lookout pretty well.
United though now in. See how deep Epsilon's spawning. They're going to have to try to get the break here. They're going to need Dave to pick it up, 5-11 right now, see if he can turn it on. He's going to have to if they're going to come back in this. Everybody else, at least sitting around even. But Dave, the guy you expect to be the hard carry when it comes to slang, really, really has got to turn it around.
7-11 out of him, yeah. I think you're right. If he can start firing with this STG, it's always going to help them, as they do actually get 4 members down. Hokey taken down by his teammate, but again, Hokey's had a fantastic start, 14 and 8 out of him. Dave hitting up a little bit with a 3 streak there, but more points on the board for Epsilon if they can hold this final 10. They'd be very, very close to catching eUNITED. Not going to quite happen for them. But as we go to the second rotation of Hills, and eUNITED with about a 20-point lead.
eUNITED did a good job here holding the first hard point and rallying it into the second. We'll see if they can do it yet again. Our City's first man in. Nice shots. We'll get pushed from the steps, though. It's Hockey trying to make the play. You saw one player inside, though, which is going to be Clayster. Clay ready and waiting here with the AR. Nice wall bang onto one, trying to back away as the nades come flooding in.
Staying alive, and they all, I mean, last time around they got the majority on Restaurant as well, and I think Restaurant has turned more like, at the beginning of the game it was always one of those ones where it is just sort of headbutting each other in the middle of the map, but it has become more of a hill where you can score a decent chunk of points, as far as first hills go anyway. A lot of teams picking up a significant amount of points on this one. The binary rotation, though, being the more important things here with 15 seconds to go on Restaurant. And Reedy is just going to get caught with such unfortunate timing. Thankfully for him, Clayster did actually just have the pistol out. Reedy does survive, which is good enough. Takes down Silly, but eUNITED are going to be the first guys there. But the spawn is split. Epsilon potentially could do something here. They are spawning up with ammunition. RC picks up 2 in the mid-map, but Reedy and Co. forcing the issue here. The first kill comes in from Reedy. Is traded by Clayster. Hockey trades that one out himself, and spawns in Epsilon's favor here to try and break Winery. eUNITED with a significant lead, but the streaks coming in from Clayster. Didn't know he had those 2 coming in with the mortar strike, and they're just going to slow that push down. Silly trying to stay alive at the back. Epsilon still there to potentially break.
Clay, though, still holding strong inside. RC is there to support him. The lead continues to grow. Now about to be up to 50. You still got the swarm here for Epsilon. You have the close spawn, but well, you got the close spawn for eUNITED too. They keep funneling on through white. They control it. Plus the first one to rotate is going to be Clay. So they're great with this. All right, if we can hold from this side and keep them pinned top right at ammo, we'll be ready for the transition over. Clay, that would have been a big one if you got the pick on the cross.
Yeah, Reedy's going to be able to get across as well, and he's going to get taken down by Hawkey. So yeah, okay, eUNITED get the Winery lot. They get the majority of it as well, and now have a pretty good lead. It's about 80 points. So they've got to not allow Epsilon to do what they did last time around, though. They took every single point. With those streaks, though, it could definitely be something that they can use. Hawkey catches Arcides there. Clayster did take down Dave, but they're just essentially going to... You see, I don't really understand that coming... Actually, they get the spawn. Look at the split spawn from Epsilon. If eUNITED can collapse here, I'll come back to what I was going to say in a second. Then they can definitely do something. eUNITED need to move fast, though, because if they get caught, then it's not very good for them. But the 4 members of Epsilon go down. eUNITED with a nice clean break with 30 seconds left to go here on parking lot as well.
Yeah, that's going to give you like a 100-point advantage or so, very close to it. So that could be the ultimate dagger there, those 4 kills. I cannot keep this earpiece on. Lord in heaven, I need help.
Do you want me to sort it out for you?
Yeah, someone needs to, I need like, is it in? Okay,
no, that's it, that's good.
I need some goddamn duct tape.
You got abnormally
half
shaped
this map
ears.
I've been trying to keep this earpiece on my head. I do have this, it's shaped like an egg. I know it's a little bit elongated.
Silly and Co picking up kills in the mid-map, though, and getting the majority of the time over on post office, parking lot, I should say, sorry. As lookout post, we go over to there, and they're set up there as well. A real good performance out of them in this hard point. They're looking to take the series 3-1.
I'm not shocked. This map I thought was going to be very difficult because you really, really have to be disciplined on this particular map. It's very straightforward. You have to rotate early. The breaks behind streaks, it's all very, very straightforward, and that's a map that, a thing you think would favor eUNITED, it certainly has. The lead just continues to grow. The streaks now coming in. They can nearly win the game here with a perfect hold. It'll be very, very close. I don't know if the final tick will actually go their way.
No, they'll be a point away, I think, if they hold every single point here.
Actually, no, I think they do win it, because I think you get 1 extra second on the tick. Well, we'll find out. I think you get 1 extra second on the tick. Well, you think Epsilon would at least disrupt for a second.
Well, they need to. Yeah, they're going to get... Yeah, they got a contestation there for just a second, so that should go to Restaurant, but Epsilon still need another 152 points on the board here. You got to say it's going to be a tall order with the way that the eUNITED are playing. They only need 3. Epsilon hold Restaurant momentarily, but this game should be over very, very shortly. eUNITED looking good here. Also, he's had a better map there, and it's made things a lot more comfortable.
Certainly. The series gets extended a little bit, but ultimately it goes the way you figured it would. Final tick is in, and eUNITED are able to take it. I don't know if there are any massive takeaways from that on either side. It's hard to judge.